Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kobe and this is SkyTech Digital. Now in this video, we are going to learn about how to create a contact form. Not just a contact form, but how you can be able to integrate a drop down, whether services or questions or whatever it is that you want to ask the users of your website or your client before they can be able to send you a message, so that you can be able to get an in-depth knowledge about what their whole message is all about. Okay, so you can be able to integrate whether a drop down, a a checkbox or a select options or whatever it is, radio buttons or whatever it is that you want to integrate into your contact form, you know your contact form. Okay, so how you want to integrate all these things into your contact form. So I'm going to show you how you can be able to create a simple contact form like this with a drop down services over here, okay, where users will be able to choose any of them and then describe the service they want, and then also send the message to you, the administrator, so that you can be able to know specifically what they want, so that you can be able to continue your conversations wherever you want to continue about. Now, after everything said and done, you'll be able to get these details in your email address. Okay, so you'll be able to get the details just like this one over here inside your email address. Okay, so you'll be able to get the full name, the email address, the telephone number, and then the service they want, and then also the description that they want, they describe over here. You can be able to get it, all of them. So without wasting my time, let's just jump into the video and go ahead and create our contact form. All right guys, so this is the place that we are going to add our contact form to. Okay, so we're going to add it to this place, this particular place over here. As you can see, there's nothing over here, and that is where we're going to add our contact form to. So to be able to add our contact form to this place, now we need to install some plugins. Okay, so first of all, the main plugin that we need to install is a Forminator plugin. So it's called Forminator, and that is a form builder. Okay, so you can use it to build any kind of form that you want. Okay, and then also I'm using Elementor to build my pages, so definitely you need to have Elementor page builder to be able to build a page like this. Now I'll leave a link in the description. If you want to get Elementor, you can click on that link to get Elementor. So without wasting my time, let's get and then start adding our forms to this particular place in our contact form. Now what we are going to do is we're going to go straight away to plugins. Okay, so I've already installed a plugin that I'm going to use, that is Forminator, but I'll go through the process of installing the plugin so that you'll be able to know what kind of plugin that you'll be using. Okay, all right, so to be able to install Forminator, what we're going to do is we're going to click on add new over here, and then we are going to search for Forminator. Okay, that is the plugin that we're going to search for. So just search for Forminator. It is a form builder. You can use it to build any kind of form, contact form, any kind of form that you want. And this is the plugin over here. Okay, so this particular plugin is what we are going to install. Now just hover over here and then click on install now, and then you click on what activate to activate the plugin. So if you are done with it, now you'll be able to see this menu tab over here which says Forminator. Okay, so this one over here. So just hover on Forminator over here, and then we will go ahead and click on forms. Okay, of course you can go ahead and do your own settings and other stuff, but I'm not going to go through all those things. So as you can see, I have no form over here. Okay, I've not created any kind of form over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on create to create a form. Now what kind of form do I want? Now I can decide to start from scratch over here, or I can decide to go ahead and then click on contact us over here, or choose any one that I want. So if I want a login and registration, I'll choose one of these ones. If I want a request code, I'll choose one. If I want to just create a post, I also would choose this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on contact us over here and then select it and then click on continue. Now I'm going to just give a name for my form, so I'm going to call it contact. Okay, just contact, and then click on create to create the form for me. Alright guys, so our form is created. Now as you can see, we have the first name, email address, phone number, and then a message over here, and then we also have our button, which is also over here. Now we can go ahead and even publish it and start using it on our on our contact form or on our contact page over there. Now but we want to do some small tweaking and editing on this particular form. Okay, so instead of first name, I just want to say full name. Okay, so to be able to edit it, just click on it. This pop-up will show up for you to be able to edit certain things on the form. Now you can also click on this how do you call it, launch icon or settings icon over here. Just click on it and then you can be able to click on edit field, and then the same pop-up will come out for you to be able to edit this kind of form. So instead of the first name, I want to say full name. Okay, so I'm going to clean this one and say full name over here, and then instead of example John, I'm going to say maybe John Doe. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and then if I have a description over here, I can just give a description over here. Now you can decide to make it a single line or a double a multi-line. It all depends on you. Okay, so as you can see, you can have the first name, middle name, and last name over here, and then you will also have a prefix over here. Now I'm just going to make it single. Now when you go over here, we have labels, we have settings, we have style, we have visibility. Now this is the labels. This control the labels of the form. Now this is the settings that control the settings of the form. Okay, so force users to fill out this field, otherwise it will be optional. So I want my form, this particular one, to be required. It means that you cannot submit the form without filling this particular place. Okay, so it's required. If you have an error message, you can put it over here. And then you can also pre-populate. Now you can pre-populate this field dynamically using the query parameters passed in your form URL. So if you want to pre-populate this one, you can do so by I'm just going to leave it because it's an optional thing over here. Now I can also go ahead for styling. Okay, so if you have any CSS classes and other stuff you want to use to style this particular name field, you can be able to style it. And then visibility. Okay, so if you don't want to show this particular one, maybe you want to show it when somebody fills a different thing before this one will show, you can write all the rules that you want to use over here. Okay, and then I've done a couple of videos about Forminator. You can check it out in those previous videos that I've done on the channel over here. And then I talked in depth about how you can set rules and all those things. Okay, you can go ahead and then check it out. And then also if everything is set for you, you can just go ahead and then click on apply over here. Now you can do same for the email address also. If you have anything that you want to do over here, you can of course do the settings, the styling, the visibility, and all that. Okay, so if everything is fine for you, just click on apply. The same thing applies to phone number. Now of course, if you don't want to show phone number, so with a phone number, it could be optional. Okay, so somebody can decide to either write his or her phone number or not. Okay, and then I want to choose international over here, and then the default country, you can choose any country of your choice that you want. Okay, depending on your country of location. So if I'm in Ghana over here, I'm going to choose Ghana. Okay, so this particular one, and that will be my default country. And then I will click on apply to apply it. Now if I go to message over here, I can also decide to clean this message. Okay, and then maybe I will say just something different. So maybe I'll say describe the service you want. Okay, so describe the service you want. And then if I have to enter any message, it's an optional thing you can do so, and then I'll just click on apply over here. Now I want to add a different field, another field. Now this field, I want it to be check or select field. Okay, so if I want to add a check or select field, I can just click on insert field over here. Now as you can see, one thing I love about Forminator is that all these things are given for free. If you look at other forms, certain things like date picker, time picker, file upload, all those things are what are for the pro version. Okay, but with this Forminator, everything is given for you for free except the e-signature. Okay, so if you want, let's say, a select button or a select field, you can choose a select field. Okay, if you want a checkbox, you can choose a checkbox. If you also want a radio, you can also choose a radio. So let's say I want to choose all of them, so that I will go through all these three settings so that you see how it looks like. Now for a select, you can select maybe one or two. Also a checker, also you can select any. It can even be all that you want. Okay, by radio you can just choose one. Okay, so even sometimes some of the selects you can even choose just or select just one. Okay, so I'm just going to insert field, and then we see all the settings over here. Now let's go to select, which is the first one. So let's say I want to have a single select, meaning that you can only select one. Okay, and then we can also have a multi-select, meaning that you can also select more than one. Okay, so that is for the labels over here. Now over here, I will just for the label, instead of select, I'll just say maybe services. Okay, and then I'll put in choose or select a service. Okay, and then I'll write my services that I provide over here. So let's say I provide web design service, and then I'll also put some few ones over here. So let's say SEO services, and then if you want to add a different option to it, you can just click over here, and then you can also add in some few settings. So let's say domain name services. Okay, and then I can also go ahead and then add some few ones to it, which let's say digital marketing. Okay guys, so I think this is quite okay. So if this is what I want, I can just click on hit on apply, and then I'll be able to go. Now this is for single. So if I want multiple, I can just make sure that the type should be multiple over, and then the user or whoever is on your website can choose any, maybe 2 or 3 of these ones. Okay, and then also over here I just want it to be single, so I'm going to put it as single over here. Okay, as just like this one over here, and then I'll go to settings over here. Now it could be optional or required. I'm going to make it required. Okay, so options without a value will be treated as as empty options. So it is a required one. Okay, and then display the search box in the drop down. So maybe you have a whole lot of services, and then you can enable or disable the search box so that people can be able to use it to search through it. And then also limit submission. Now you can limit submissions of each option to a certain number, and once an option reaches the submission limit, will hide that option. So maybe you just want them to select or you are receiving a number of options. So let's say 50 options. So at the moment 50 users select this particular option, you will be able to disable it. So you can enable or disable all those limit option, but for now I'll just say disable it. But if you enable it, you see that you can select a limit for options in the labels tab. Okay, so when you go to the labels tab over here, let's go back, let's go over here to the labels over here. You can see that when you click over here, okay, there's this kind of a submission limit over here. Okay, you can put your submission limit over here. So if you are collecting maybe 50 submissions for web design alone, you just put it over here. Okay, and that is it. But I'm going to I'm going to go to settings over here, and then I'll disable this particular one, and then pre-populate. You can choose whatever you want to choose over here, and that is it. So if this one is if this one is so I'm going to make this one optional. Okay, and then I can go ahead and then apply. But if you make it required, there are options without a value will be treated as as empty. So meaning that an option without a value, you treat it as as an empty option. But I'm going to make it optional over here. And then if you want calculations also, you can be able to enable calculations. If you want styling, you can also enable styling. If you want visibility, you can also add your visibility to it. So I'm going to just make it optional, and then go ahead and then click on apply over here. Okay, so as you can see, I've done my services. I can do same for checkboxes. If I go over here, the same thing for for checkboxes over here. I can just put the options over here, and then go ahead and then choose whatever I want to do. So let's say this is web design. Okay, this is SEO, and then let me add some different options over here. This one is also digital marketing. Okay, so basically this one is is good to go. Now the same thing applies to whatever we did over here. So with this one, you have you have a layout over here. Either you want it vertical or horizontal, depends on if you want calculations, if you want styling, if you want visibility, you can do same. Okay, now with this one, I'm going to say maybe also let's say services over here, and I'll say maybe services 2. Okay, for this one, so that I just want you guys to know the differences between what we are doing. And then the checkbox, the select, and then the radio. And then with the services also. Okay, so with the checkboxes also, so this is how it looks like. Okay, so that is checkbox. And then with this radio also, we can choose between some different options over here. So the same one, I'm just going to type in web design over here, and then go ahead and then digital marketing, and then add another service to it, and then I'll say SEO. Okay, and then over here, instead of radio, I'll say services 3. Okay, and that is it. So basically that is all. Now if you go over here also, we have the settings over here, the layout and other things. You can also do whatever layout you want, calculation, styling, and then visibility. Okay, so these are the labels, and we can go ahead and click on apply over here. So now that we have this one done, now over here also you can change the send message to anything that you want to how do you call it, you just want to change the text button over here. You can do same over here. Okay, but I just want to say send message, which is quite okay for me. Then let's go to appearance. Okay, how we want the form to appear. Now, how do you want the form to appear? We want the form to appear either default, flat, bold, material, or none. Okay, so over here you can choose flat over here. If you want bold, if you want material, it depends on you. But I love the material style, so I'm going to choose this one. Or you can also choose flat if you want flat. But I love the material style, so I'm going to choose the material style over here. Okay, now let's go down over here. The layout also, checkbox and radio image sizes. If there are some images over there, you can also decide to choose set up the image sizes over here. Okay, but I didn't use any image over here. Now if you go back, let's go back, and then I'll show you where the images are. So over here, where is it? Let's go to the services over here. Okay, now if you click on drop down over here, so this one you don't have any images that you want to use. So if you want to use any images, you can, of course, you can go ahead and then do the settings the way you want it. Okay, so let's say we want to expand, or this is it. Okay, this is how it looks like. Now let's go back to let me see, this is the select. Okay, so let me see how, okay, so this is how the select looks like. Now let me see the checkbox over here, and then let's see. Okay, so you see that there we have enable images over here. Okay, so if you want to enable images over here, meaning that you can be able to add images on this side. Okay, so we click over here and then we upload what image over here. Okay, and that is what it was talking about, the sizes of the images. Okay, but I'm going to disable it and hit apply over here. So let's go back to our appearance, and then you can be able to go ahead and then with the colors. So with the colors, you either choose the default colors or you go custom. Okay, and then you can be able to style it, the form, the way you want it. Okay, so it depends on you, but I'm just going to leave it to the custom colors, the custom fonts, everything. I'm going to leave it. So I just want to show you how the form will look like. So let's go to the behavior over here. Now with the behavior, you can either choose an inline message or you can choose a different thing over here. So when you go over here, you see this is not an inline message. It will just come here. It will just, after sending, you just have a message we say to thank you for contacting us, we'll be in touch shortly. Or you can either change the message over here to whatever message that you want. But if you want it to redirect to a different page or a different URL, you can do so. So over here you can add a different URL over here to it. Okay, you can redirect in the same tab or a different tab. So let's say after the person filling the form and sending the form, I have a special thank you page that I want to I want it to display. You can put that thank you page over here, and then it will be able to display for you. Okay, and that is it. So basically I just want an inline message over here, and then the method will be adjust, and then on submit, and then show loader. Okay, so autofill security and all those things. If you want honeypot protection, you can enable it. I think everything is good for me. Now of course there is also a pro version over here. Okay, if you have you have the pro version of the Forminator, you can be able to get a PDF add-on to it, and then email notifications also. This is where the notifications will go to. Okay, so you can just change the email to any email address that you want. So this is admin email. You can add any kind of email address to it. So let's say I want to just add in a different email address to this one. Okay, so this is admin email, and then the recipient will be here. Okay, so over here I can separate with commerce, and then write maybe a different email address to it. So basically like this one, and then I can click on add over here. So I have two different email addresses which I will be it will be receiving the messages for me. And then the next one is integration. If there are some integrations that you want to integrate, you can do so. And then the last one is settings. Okay, so this I'm not going to talk much about it. And then if everything is done, you can preview your form. Look at how it looks like. This is how the form is going to look like. Okay, so this is the the selection, the selected service. This is the check box. Okay, so this is a checkbox, and this one is a radio or radio. Okay, so the radio one. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Now if everything is, this is also the button, how your button looks like. If everything is good for you, you can go ahead and then close this one and then publish the form. Okay, so guys, now the form is published over here. Now we can copy our shortcode over here and close this one, and then go to our contact page over here. Click on edit with Elementor, or you can paste it in any page that you want. Okay, it depends on you, but we are pasting it in a contact page over here. So I'm going to use Elementor to paste the shortcode in that particular page. So this is Elementor, the contact us page. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and click on this particular one over here, and then search for shortcode. Okay, so I'm going to search for a widget called shortcode, drag in that widget over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste in the shortcode over here. Okay, so now I've pasted the shortcode over here. I can go ahead and then update it. Okay, so as you can see, the the form has been populated over here. Okay, so this is how the form looks like. Now if you feel like you don't feel comfortable with this form, of course you can go ahead and change it, but I'm going to take a look at it on the front end before I do anything about it. Okay guys, so let's scroll down, and this is how the form really looks like. Okay, so as you can see, describe the service you want is over here. Now I want to describe the service you want to come after they've chosen the service 1, service 2, and then the service 3. So it should be basically below this particular one. So I'm going to go back to my form over here. I'm going to go back to my form over here, and I'm going to go to the edit fields over here, and then as you can see, I want to drag this one below over here. Okay, and then I'm going to click over here, and then if I want a placeholder, which is optional, I can decide to paste it over here. So let's say let's go over here and then see how this one looks like. Okay, so describe the service you want is what it's over here. Now I want to have some kind of label or placeholder for it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy or cut this one and then paste it over here. Okay, paste it over here. So let's say I will apply this one, update this one. Okay, since I've dragged this one to below over here, now come over here and then just update this one, and then let's see where the form. Okay, so this is where the form was showed. Okay, so that is exactly where it is. Now let me go back to the form also, this place over here, and then I'll just copy this one, paste over here, and then paste this one also over here. Okay, and then let me go through and see the settings over here. If there are some settings I want to check, I can be able to check. Okay, visibility, also everything is quite okay. So I think we are good to go. Okay, we are good to go. So we can apply over here. Now I want to remove some of the services over here. Okay, so with this, now that we know how it looks like, you can decide to choose the one that you want. But I want this drop down service. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over here and then remove service 2 and service 3. So I'm going to remove this one, delete this one, click over here and then click on delete. So I'm going to delete this one also, so that I will just have these few ones over here. Okay, and then I'll just click on update. Okay, so now that it has been updated, I'll come over here to refresh and see how it looks like. So let me go down, and now yes, I have this particular one over here, which I think it's okay for me. So this one is okay for me, and I'm good to go. Okay, now let's say I just want to add a border. Since this one is black, I want to add a black border around this particular field. Okay, so that would be very nice for me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my Elementor over here, click on this particular column over here, and then go to its style over here, scroll down, go to border. Okay, come over here, and then with the border type, I'm going to give it a solid, and I'm going to give it just 1. Okay, so now I think this one is quite okay. With the color, I can give it that kind of a dark black color over here. Just update it, and then come over here, refresh this one, and then I'll have my cute form over here. Okay, so now I can just go ahead and then type in my name, Kobe, full name, maybe let's say Kobe Evans. Okay, type in my email address if I want service, and then type in my phone number, and then you can, if you are not, you know, a Ghanaian, you can go ahead and choose the country that you are from. Okay, and then let me just remove this one. Okay, so it should be what, an international number. So I'm going to put in +233 and then go ahead and then enter. Let me enter the full number over here, and then the web design services that I want to choose. Let's say I want to choose you know, all the services that I want to choose. Let's say I want to choose web design over here, and then I can go ahead and describe what I want. Okay, so I can go ahead and describe or enter whatever I want over here. So let's say you know, I need a 4-page website. Okay, so I need a 4-page website, and then I can go ahead and then click on submit. Now, as you can see, it is submitting. Thank you for contacting us. We'll be in touch shortly, and that is it. Okay, everything is done for you. Now you can go ahead and check your email and see if you have received, you as the admin has received an email from this contact form. Okay guys, so as you can see over here, this is the email address, the email that I've received, and that is it. The full name is over here, the email address is over here, the telephone number also is over here, the services that a person chose is also over here, and then also describe the service you want is also over here. So now you can go ahead and even contact the you know, the user or the new client that you've got, and then you can process whatever thing that you have to process with the person. So that is how you can be able to add a contact form with the, you know, drop down services or checkbox services and other stuff that users can be able to use it to contact you directly on your website. I hope this video helps you, and this video was created for somebody who requested it. That is why I did this video for the person, and I hope this video will also be able to help whoever needs this kind of a contact form for your business. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.